Chapter 165.
Imagine you're a very talented person. It doesn't matter if it's a talent in a sport, music, craft, cooking and many other things, and many people like parents, friends, teachers or others recognize this talent, and yet at the end of the day you are never able to reach your full potential. But why is that so? A question that no one can answer but yourself. The player Tokimitsu in Blue Lock feels similarly. Tokimitsu is a brilliant player who first appeared in Blue Lock in Chapter 43 as part of Blue Lock's top 3, alongside Ario and Rin. Tokimitsu, who's ranked 3rd, at first seems like a super nice and above all shy man on the outside who never believes in himself 100% and always has some doubts about himself. Furthermore, he's an absolute football nerd and has knowledge about every football player in the world. On the pitch, Tokimitsu is physically a monster. He has an incredibly physical strong body with which he is able to push opponents off the ball or not let them get the ball. Not even Baru, who has a good physique due to his training and size, wasn't able to compete with Tokimitsu's physicality. Furthermore, Tokimitsu possesses various defensive skills, such as shoulder charge, which he can use to forcefully separate players from the ball, and allowing him to link up with other players, for example Rin. Besides his great physicality, Tokimitsu has super fast speed, with and without the ball. By using his physical strength, Tokimitsu can make quick and sharp turns while running in order to change direction at a rapid pace. It is this quickness that allowed him to continuously hound Bachira until he had stolen the ball, despite the latter's skill and despite the fact that he had reacted late. He is also able to perform quick dribbles drifting left and right faster than Isagi could react, which in combination with his immense strength allows him to blow past opponents. In addition to his physicality and speed, he also possesses a very high stamina that seems endless. During a high-level match, whereas most players would sooner or later begin to feel the burn of the endgame, Tokimitsu is an exception, in that his stamina allows him to continue to operate at almost full capacity. Tokimitsu's unlimited stamina makes him a formidable opponent, especially in the late stages of a match. So Tokimitsu feels he has everything it takes to be one of the best players. He's fast, he has unlimited stamina, he has a strong physique. So what is missing for him to be among the world's best? The most important skill to be able to establish himself at the top level. The right mentality. The mentality of a fighter, of a world-class player, a champion. How often have we seen in various sports how highly talented players have failed in the end because of their wrong attitude or because of fear? Tokimitsu has the same problem, and maybe you can put yourselves in his shoes. Maybe you know similar situations from your own life. For example, you have a problem at school and get a blackout in tests because you overthink too much. Others have difficulties asking a girl out on a date because they are afraid of being rejected. And the reason for that is ultimately that you overthink too much. And Tokimitsu feels the same way. He doubts himself too often, and he thinks too much about what might happen if he fails. Let's compare this to players like Rin, Baru, Isagi, and so on. These players basically never doubt themselves at any point, and of course they have all had personal setbacks at one point in Blue Lock, but their basic attitude is always the same. They all want to be among the best players in the world and give everything to achieve this, and they never doubt their own abilities. Unfortunately, Tokimitsu didn't get a chance in the game against Japan's U20, although I would have really liked to see him in defense or at least in the defensive midfield. I hope Tokimitsu can work a bit on his mentality in France to be more convinced of himself in the future and to realize his full potential, because let's face it, if Tokimitsu can do that, then he definitely belongs in Japan's starting 11 in the future, because no one in defense is better than him. But whether he will be able to do that is another question, of course, and maybe his mentor can help him a bit here. What do you think? What do you think of Tokimitsu, and can you put yourself in his shoes? Have you ever experienced similar situations, and do you think Tokimitsu will prevail in the future? Write it down in the comments below, and as always, stay safe and have a nice day.